When Europeans first arrived in the Cape, there were several million penguins. They were likely the most abundant seabird along our coastline. Contrast to today, where we only have fewer than 10,000 pairs of African penguins left. So they've decreased by over 99%.
Okay, Lucia, another one. Bob, this is a nice fish, buddy. Come on, you can do this. Okay, Lucia's got another one. My name is Kolani Lawo. I work at African Penguin and Seabird Sanctuary. I'm a senior bird rehabilitator. The goals and the mission of this center in Gansbaai, we want to educate more people about African penguins because penguins are endangered now. They're under red line, and we need more people to know about this or spread the word and also be willing to help.
I'm Wilfred Chibble and I'm part of the Marine Dynamics team from Gansbaai. I started my business just taking people to see seals 25 years ago. But I started to spend quite a bit of time on the island, and I saw that the penguins were nesting under any discarded stuff on the island. In the old days, we had 6 and 10 and 12 meters of guano on these islands, and guano is the bird's droppings, and they used to burrow into it, and they were protected from the sun and kelp gull predation and so on. And they were just now in the open. So we started to construct a real house, and then the project started. So nowadays it's recognized as one of the most important things for penguin rehabilitation and protection is these houses, because they nest on islands, and the islands has all been deprived of the guano. So they all need the nest.
My name is Lwando Baleni, and I am a penguin ranger on Daya Island Nature Reserve. Daya Island is situated off the coast of Kleinbaai, which is in the Western Cape province of South Africa. The type of research that's conducted is we have breeding success. Basically, that comprises of us as the rangers on the island going to each and every individual nest, collecting the nest contents. If there are chicks inside, if there are eggs, we monitor that population. We count how many penguins are here, how many penguins are breeding, and how many chicks are there, eggs are there. So we tally that up, and Cape Nature is our partner, so they basically are in charge of all that research, and they give us feedback regarding that. The purpose of conducting all these daily operational activities is to ensure that there is harmony and there is balance within the ecosystem, ensuring that the African penguins are thriving in their natural habitat.
My name is Terry Kaur and I'm the Head of Education of the non-profit organisation AfriOcean's Conservation Alliance, and I'm also a Director of Shark Warrior Adventures. We take people out on experiences above and below the waves. We've got a paddle with the penguins, which is a 2-hour guided kayak trip, and then we're also doing underwater, we call it a kelp forest snorkel safari, where we snorkel through this amazing kelp forest. I always believe that the biggest failing that we're making is we're not educating our visitors about what they're seeing.
My name's Christina Hagen. I work on African penguins, trying to create new breeding colonies for them. So I'm working at a place called the De Hoop Nature Reserve, working with Cape Nature, who run the reserve, and Sandcob, the Seabird Rehabilitation Centre. Some exciting new research that BirdLife South Africa is doing is installing these automated penguin monitoring systems. And this is a way for us to be able to monitor the penguins without disturbing them. And that is so important as they become more endangered. One of the things that we are trying to do is to prevent competition between the penguins and the purse-seine fishing industry for sardine and anchovy by creating spaces where penguins can forage without any competition with the fishing vessels. So creating no-take zones just for sardine and anchovy around penguin breeding colonies.
The underlying problem is that the penguins are suffering from overfishing, and it's the overfishing of the key species of food that they need, which is sardines and anchovies. The reason why they need this fish is for the oil in the fish, and they use that oil to waterproof their feathers. More importantly, they feed their chicks on the beach here. So this is a breeding colony, and they are bringing back this very important sardines, which they're feeding their babies from day one with the oil in it, so that at the end of the year, when they set the babies free, they can swim. And if the penguins cannot swim because they haven't got enough oil in them and they can't reach the fish where they are way out, then it's over for the penguins.
The main threat facing African penguins is a lack of food availability. They eat sardine and anchovy almost exclusively, and they are basically not finding enough food. And there are a couple of reasons for this. The first is that the fish distribution has shifted from being mainly on the west coast of South Africa down onto the southern east coast, and that has put the fish out of reach of the penguins on the west coast. And it's, we think, possibly a combination of climate change affecting the sea surface temperatures, and then also high fishing pressure on the west coast that has caused the shift in fish.
The fish supply is limited for the penguins, so they have to travel further in order for them to get their food. What that basically means is there's a higher chance of predation. So we have our seals, which are one of our predatory species that are on the penguins.
It's possible that one of the factors contributing to the seal predation is the general status of the marine ecosystem. If the seals are struggling to find food, and they also eat sardine and anchovy, and if they're struggling to find those fish, they will turn to other prey items, which unfortunately include penguins.
To contemplate African penguins going extinct, for me, is still, it's a jarring, disjunct kind of feeling. It's absolutely not something that should happen. And for me, it's personal. It's something that I believe quite passionately in, and it's something that I have an opportunity to do something about, and I'm not going to let that opportunity pass me by.
The work that I'm doing gives me hope because I have shown that it's possible to create a new breeding colony for African penguins, and we know that when penguins have enough food, they are able to breed and thrive. That gives me hope to keep going and keep doing what I'm doing, and I'm confident that we are going to be able to turn this around for the penguins.
Humans are directly driving their declines. But that also means that if their threats are human-made, they can be human-solved. My main source of hope is that we know what's driving penguin declines, and what it's going to take is not going to be easy, but we know what we need to do.
It means a lot, the fact that the work that we are doing is going towards a valuable cause, like the passion and the energy and the investment that you put into it. It's good to see that coming into fruition.
I think everybody out there is responsible. It's not my penguins, it's not your penguins, it's everybody's penguins. And we all can play a role if we just look at nature or care for nature in any way. That already helps a lot.
What people could do to support and save African penguins, I think they can visit our center or where we do the fundraising. And right now we are selling penguin houses, and yeah, we need more houses here. So people come in, support, buy our coffee and cakes and Gansbaai. Yeah, that'll make a big difference. Come on, Carlos, buddy. You're really looking skinny, serious.
As consumers of seafood, one thing that people can do to help penguins, but also the marine environment in general, is to make good, sustainable seafood choices and making sure that the fish that you're eating is sustainably caught.
We can't take the sea as a separate entity. It's the green and the blue. The green can't go without the blue, and the blue not without the green.